Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have an everyday home decor video for you. I hope you enjoy it. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my sweet Oliver. And if you're returning, welcome back. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number one. So for this DIY, I'm going to take this sign that I got from Hobby Lobby at Christmas time. It was 50% off of that price. And I am going to paint the little grooves there with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. Now, you guys, I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought, okay, I'm going to kind of wipe off the excess with my baby wipe here, and it starts smearing. And I'm like, well, that's okay. Maybe if I rub it in, it will just kind of give it that rustic distress look. So I'm like, okay, that doesn't look too bad. So I continue on with adding my paint on the groove here. And I should have got a smaller paintbrush because I was getting a lot more on the edges. And I thought, well, let's do this again. And I started wiping and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I was like, oh, this is not good. So that's what it looked like. And I was like, nah, I don't like that. So I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and I'm brushing over it and painting over it, but I am not doing a super thick coat because I want some of that to show through, because I thought even just seeing some of that will help give it a little bit of a distressed look, which of course I like. And I know I said at the beginning that this is an everyday decor video, but really, it's more on the farmhouse side. So I took this Home Sweet Home. I also got this from Hobby Lobby. I painted it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. Then I took my white and I'm just doing a little bit of distressing with this little chip brush that I got from Plaid online. And after I had that all done, I took some of this ribbon. This I have in my Amazon store. I believe I got this from Amazon. And I cut 2 pieces down. And I'm going to hot glue them, one to each side, and then I'm going to add a couple staples. Because the sign is so thick, I like adding the staples because, it gives it added support. Now, originally, I was going to add a little Dollar Tree black shelf to the front of this on the side and have the Home Sweet Home to the other side. But I couldn't find the right size screws for this, so I had to change my mind and do something different. So I came up with this idea. So I took some of this eucalyptus. I got this at Christmas time at Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just going to wrap, there was like 6 stems on the pick. So I took 3, I cut them in half, and I wrapped the ends with my twine. And then I am going to hot glue them onto the sides on the ribbon there, and then I'm going to use my stapler again and just staple those in for some added support, and then just use the leaves to cover the staples. Then I'm taking my wood glue and my hot glue, and I'm going to attach my Home Sweet Home sign to the front of this board. And I really do love how this came out. For not being what I originally intended, I think it came out pretty cute. So I took some of this black buffalo check ribbon or gingham ribbon, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to make a couple of finger bows, and not finger bows, just regular shoestring bows. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends by folding them in half and cutting at an angle. And then I'm going to hot glue one on each bottom part of each of the eucalyptus there, just like you see on the other side. And then I removed one side of that hanger. It was stapled in, so I had to remove it. And then I'm just adding some of these beads that I got from Amazon. They were like in a Christmas pack. They had red and green and black buffalo check, plus some solid white and black, I think red and green beads as well. And I'm just going to string this until I liked the length. And then after I had all the ones on there that I put on, I think I put on like 18 maybe. I'm just going to staple it back into place. And then that's all there was for this one. And I love how this came out. I showed my husband because he was trying to help me with the figuring out the screw size for the shelf. And he told me he thinks this look better than it would have with the shelf. But you have to let me know what you think about this sweet home sign in the comment box below. Okay, I always like to take this moment to thank my subscribers. You guys are amazing and I appreciate you so much. And if you're new here and you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you hit that red subscribe button before you go, become part of our YouTube family. And then make sure you guys give me those thumbs up, comments, watch the ads, all that fun stuff to help support my channel. I truly appreciate it. Share it with those you think might like it. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to those accounts in my description box as well. Okay, here's DIY number 2. So I'm going to use a couple of these circle plaques. I got these from Hobby Lobby. You can use the ones from Dollar Tree if you want to recreate this as well. These are some tread wheels from Hobby Lobby. And then these are some more. These are a little bit bigger than the other ones. And I'm going to use some of these as well. And then I'm going to use these wood candlesticks. And I'm going to start off by kind of trying to center the bigger wheel onto that wood round. And then I just traced it so I knew where to put my glue. I'm going to add wood glue in the middle here. And then I'm going to add hot glue all the way around. And even using that ruler, you guys, one of them is still just off, just a hair, enough for me to notice and be irritated by it. But, oh well, that's the story of my life. So I added the big wheel there, and then I'm going to add some wood glue and hot glue to the one of the candlesticks here. And I'm going to add that to that wood wheel there, and upside down like you see. I'm going to take the other wood candlestick. I'm going to add the wood glue and hot glue to the bottom of the one that's already attached, and then add it so they're bottom to bottom. Then I took my wood glue and hot glue again, and I'm going to add one of those smaller wheels to this one. Now this is the bigger candlestick. The other one I did not add that top wood wheel. And once I was done, I painted both of those with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. After that, I took 2 of these pails from Dollar Tree, and I'm taking my ink color and a very small brush, and I'm just going to paint both the bottom rim and the top rim, being very careful not to get it onto the pail because I didn't want to have to repaint anything. And so once I had that all done, you can see I'm doing the top, and I kept having to clean up my mess on the inside. But once I had that done, I got these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. I have quite a few in my stash. I cut out this little flower here, and I'm just going to add it to the front of my pail, and I do this on both of them. And I'm just going to keep rubbing until I can tell you can kind of see a difference in the color. And then I'm just going to remove that top piece there, and then I took some cut out some leaves here, and I'm going to add 1 leaf on each side of that flower, and just going to do the same thing with rubbing until you kind of see a little bit of a change in the color, and then remove that top layer. And I love how these came out. They're so cute. So I'm taking the Fix-All glue from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to add that to the top of my candlestick, and then I'm just going to add it and try and center it as best as I can. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the taller candlestick that I made, and I'm just going to add that to the other pail. And then I left them overnight. So the next morning I came in, and yes, I'm still wearing my pajamas. And I am just going to use some boxwood from Walmart. I love this stuff, and I thought I had more, and oh my goodness, I'm going to have to find more. Hopefully they get it in soon. And then I think these are like some hop bushes or something that I got from Dollar Tree this fall. And then this just said greenery, artificial greenery or something. But I thought they were kind of cool looking. So I'm just going to pull the little wires off there, just wrapped with floral tape. And I'm just pulling them off and then just kind of cutting them down to size and sticking a few in. And I did this on both of the pails. And I did have floral foam inside of those. And there they are. Super simple, but I just think they're so cute. And Farmhouse. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well in the comment box below. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations, but you guys must be too busy trying to stay warm to do any crafting because I haven't gotten any pictures. So if you have a recreation or a creation you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, here is DIY number 3. Now this one is a little bit longer than normal, but I took this double-sided Easter sign. I got this last year from Dollar Tree, and I thought it was so cute, and I knew I'd probably use it. And after I got it home, I thought, it's double-sided. Why did I get that? That's 2 sides I have to clear, that I have to rip paper off of. But I worked through it. So I removed the paper from both sides, and then I would spritz it with water, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I used my paint scraper here to just scrape off that excess. Now there was still quite a bit of gummy, sticky feeling, so I spritzed it down again. I just waited a couple minutes this time and just removed the rest of that stickiness, and then I just went over it again with my, what is it called, Goo Gone, and wiped it all off so that it wasn't sticky anymore. And I did that on both sides. And then I decided to take my Crimson color by Waverly, and I am just going to do a thick, dry, it's not really driving, distressing, I don't know what you call it, but I want it to show some of that brown. I want some of the brown to show through, so I don't paint it completely. I've done this before with the antique wax, but since the MDF board was already brown, I thought, you know what, I could just add the red paint and not add the brown behind it. I still love the way it turned out. So I created this. I got this off of Cricut Design Space, and I wanted to make this into a stencil, but when I was weeding it, I weed off the outside part, and I'm like, what was I doing? So I took some painter's tape and I taped all the way around my little Highland cow here so that I don't get paint on the outside of it, because I know how messy I am, and I know I knew I would. So I just went ahead and took my painter's tape and sectioned it off. You can see me trying to cut small pieces because I didn't want it to go over the lines. And then once I had it all done, I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color Hazelnut, and I am just going over that cow. And then I realized, oh, I should have covered the inside of his ears and his nose because I wanted to do that a different color. So I had to really gently try not to get any hazelnut into those colors. And then I took my Cashew by Waverly, and I went over his nose and his ears. And then I'm also going to go over this word that says howdy. And then once that was all dry, I'm going to remove this one while it was wet, but I dried everything else, and then I removed all that tape and then the rest of the stencil that was on my Highland cow here. And I just used my little Cricut tool there to help me pick up some of the smaller areas that are hard to get going. And then after that, I took my other word that I wanted to add here, and I'm just using the same cashew color here to stencil it on. And after that, I'm going to remove that stencil as well. And if you don't have a Cricut, you can always find, Amazon has Highland cow stencils, so you could always do that with stickers. You know, you could probably find a Highland cow just about anywhere, a stencil, and you could probably even just do a printout too. Whatever necessary means you have to take to do it. Okay, I took some of this braided jute cord. I get this off of Amazon. It's in my Amazon store too, and I went all around that sign and then added a little bow, and I was going to stop at that, and I stopped for the night, and I decided the next morning it was just still too plain. So I took 2 of these wood pieces and I traced it out about a half inch from the sign that I had on there, and I'm just going to cut it so that I'm making a bigger tag sign. So I'm just using my box cutter, and I just keep scoring and scoring and scoring until I can tell it's gone through. And then like I had to kind of score a little bit on the back there because it was still connected a little bit, and then I was able to get it to come through. And then I just sanded off the edges a little bit, and then I reconnected those 2 wood pieces together, and I'm using giant craft sticks from Walmart, putting wood glue and hot glue on it and attaching them to the back. Then I'm going to paint the front and the back with my hazelnut color. after it was all dry, I was like, oh, it still seems plain. I want to do something else. So I took my pencil and I traced out where my sign is going to be. And then I took my cashew and I took a small square brush and I'm just going around and making these square lines. Now, I did this last year on my pizza pan with the rooster. Many of you will probably remember that. So I thought I would try it on this tag sign. So I'm going over the edges of that cashew color with my crimson. And then I'm just taking a bottom of a paintbrush and I'm just dipping it in black and going over it. And then I was like, it still seems a little too busy. I don't know if I like it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to sand it down a little. So I took my finger sander and sand it down to see. And I'm like, oh, I like that better. It's not as bright and doesn't seem as busy. And then I called Kathy Jo and asked her, got her opinion to see if she liked it, because I wasn't sure if I liked it, and she liked it. So I said, okay, I'm going to stay with it. So I used my crocodile there to create some hanger or holes for a hanger, added wood glue and hot glue to the back of my sign. And then I'm taking these beads. These are all beads that I got from Garland's at Christmas time from Walmart, and I'm making a hanger, and there it is. Ugh. I think it's pretty cute. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. If you don't like it, you can blame Kathy Jo, because she thought it was adorable and she told me to keep it. Oh, she's going to love me for that one. Okay, here's DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I took some of this wall tile and a picture from Dollar Tree. And I was going to trace it from the edge, and then I thought, wait, it's not going to look right. So I put the picture in the middle and traced it again. So that's why you see 2 trace lines. And then I'm going to cut it out. I took off the sticky part of it. Actually, it came off by itself. So I'm taking my Fix-All glue and hot glue and going around the back of my wall tile. Now, when you use the hot glue, be very careful, because it does make that wall tile hot, and you'll see me kind of move my hand quickly away because, yeah, it was hot. So then after I had that on there, I painted the front and the sides of my sign with my cashew color. And then once that was all dry, I took my hazelnut and I took this sponge brush, and I'm just going to gently go over the raised areas of this wall tile with my hazelnut. And I'm just going to do this all the way around until I liked how it looked. And this is a super easy project, you guys. I was not sure what I was going to do. I had ideas on the other ones before I did this, but when it came to this last project, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. And I looked up and I saw this wall tile, and I thought, I really want to do something with the chicken. And okay, so this is how this came to be. So this is a wood chicken from Walmart. I'm painting it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, which is black. And then I am going to, once I have it all painted, I'm going to paint the comb part or the top part with my red. Then once it was dry, I had also painted one of these candlesticks, a finial, and a little round wood piece. They're all from Hobby Lobby with that same ink color. I'm taking my Tite Bond here, and I'm going to go behind the chicken, rooster, whatever you want to call it, and some hot glue here. A rooster is a chicken, right? And I'm going to hot glue it to the front. And after that, I'm going to use my wood glue and hot glue on the candlestick, and then I'm going to add that little wood piece there. I just felt like it would give it a little bit more to glue to that sign. And then I'm adding some more wood glue and hot glue, and then I'm going to glue that onto the bottom part of my sign, just like that. After that, I took some of this ribbon. I think I got it. I don't know if I got it from, I think it was Walmart. I want to say it was Walmart. It was either Hobby Lobby or Walmart, but it's not white. It's red and cream, which I loved. And I thought it would go perfect with this. So I'm just going to hot glue it all the way around my sign. And it was just a tad longer in the back, but I didn't care. I just figured, you know what? It's still going to look nice. And so once I had it all the way around, then I thought, you know what? I want to add something else to it. So I took my braided, before that, I took my finial and I glued it to the top. Then I'm going to take that braided jute ribbon that I get from Amazon, which they're out of right now, and I'm all running low, so I'm hoping they get it back in soon. And I'm just going to go around and hot glue that in place as well. Then I'm going to make a bow doing the awareness ribbon and scrunching it up in the middle, and I'm going to use some twine to tie it in place. And then I'm going to take that same braided jute ribbon stuff, and I'm going to make a bow. I've never made a bow with this, and I wasn't sure it was going to turn out, but it looks pretty cute. And I'm just going to add that to the front of my ribbon there, my bow there, and then I'm going to dovetail the ends of the ribbon. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the front of my sign. And that's all there is for this one. Like I said, it's super easy, but I think it's really cute. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. And yeah, I think it's cute. And Kathy Jo will be proud of me because I usually like to make all my DIYs match, and these don't completely match. There's 2 black and whites and 2 creams with black and red. So hey, she'll be proud of me. Okay, here is your final reveal. You have to let me know what you think of these and if you enjoyed them. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button before you go, and then make sure you guys give me that thumbs up, comment, share this video, all the good things there. And I will be back again, I believe on Thursday with another video. I'm hoping so. And I don't think there's anything else I need to say. If you have a creation or recreation, don't forget to send me a picture so I can showcase it for you. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a very blessed week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.